So he points across. He was fine. So to do, but that and the stuff with Benoit, that's the stuff. But that's real. You know what I mean? But the thing with Benoit is a can of worms that he didn't do it, man. I'll go to my guy. I know the guy.
So we're recording. So.
Going?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you saw any of that, and I fought it hard. I think that happened for a reason why I was out. I actually hit the back of my head on the bottom turnbuckle on the steel part. I had to cancel a lot of shows, about 9-10 days there. I did. And that's right when it happened. It really is. Because I couldn't believe it. That was the biggest shock when I saw that. And, here's the thing. If you do him, man, he's paid hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars just to get off the plane for a few minutes to spend with his family. You know what I mean? With his wife and kid. I saw Sandman was telling me he was with him 2-3 nights before he died and all that. And all he talked about was his wife and kid. That's why I was just blown away. If they knew him, you never saw, any side of that of him at all. Never had a clue of it because he didn't do it. All right, he didn't do it. Simple as that. You can look at a man's eyes and tell if he's a murderer, if he's got it. And I knew Nancy longer than I knew him through Kevin. Kevin didn't have nothing to do with it. Vince didn't have nothing to do with it. The breaking cops or some major or somebody heavy. I'll just say that did it because from what I saw in his blog, he felt like he's been followed for several months before this. Okay, now you think about this. Guy's never missed a show in his life. All right. They say that he killed his wife and his son with his finishing hold in pro wrestling. If you was going to kill somebody, you wouldn't put no freaking hold on them. Okay, you know what I mean? You follow me? That's the way more or less it was said and done. That's a work. That's a bunch of bullshit. I never say no cop that was on there had come on that. The NBC emailed me, Ann Scranton is her name, the day after that happened. They check everybody's background and see. And I'd worked a little in law enforcement, and I was only asking people I didn't know, and every one of them said it's set up. Everybody I talked to said it was a setup. Said Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see that. Here's the thing. Now, it's something I acquired. I'm listening to them. I'm checking too as they tell me stuff. First of all right, you're gonna kill your wife, right? You're gonna put a cripple or cross face on her to kill her. Think about that a minute. Think about that. Then you're gonna wait a day and kill your son. And then if you're gonna kill yourself, anybody out there that's gonna kill yourself, you don't want to suffer, do you? Well, first of all, there's a wine bottle. All right, there's some holes in it. I ain't saying I can't prove nothing and do and that, but to me, Chris Benoit is worth it. You know what I mean? And of course, it won't bring him back, but it's almost like somebody want to destroy him. Because I'll get to that. This is heavy stuff now. I don't know. I know I'm nuts and everything, and all that. But I do got a big interest in things like that, and because it's dead man telling lies. You know what I mean? Well, he didn't have no alcohol in his system. There's a wine bottle right by that pulleys where he hung himself. You know what I mean? Or said he hung himself. Oh. He had no alcohol in it. There's beer cans in there. There's alcohol in Nancy. You follow me? They can tell what's beer and what's wine. With no alcohol at all in him. All right? There's a wine bottle right by there. All right? He weighs 215 pounds, he did. All right? The pulleys were on 240. You follow me?
Yep.
He didn't die. If you've ever been hung, everybody try to hang you. I have tried, believe it or not. But it's not something funny to talk about. But he suffered. He hung a good 10-15 minutes. All right. If you're gonna kill yourself, you ain't gonna make yourself suffer, are you? Think about that. If you was gonna choke a woman out and do that, you wouldn't have no damn cripple cross face on. I don't mean that being, but that's not a shooting hole. All right. That sounds good now. Wrestler, yeah, you just mutilate. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, But you sure wouldn't do it to your son. And was bound and tied. I think that they came in on him. This is just from what I see. I think they came in on him in the wee hours of the morning, and I think he was bound and tied and watched his wife tortured, and then I think they made him look at her dead body for a day, and then put her and then they did it to his son, and then they tortured him. Here's the thing: at first, all the heat was on steroids. Cops confiscated Think about that. Think about that. Now, there's a reason, just stuff you see transfer, something you can make. I got that email and wanted me to go in there, and I wasn't going there, dude, and say this, and I'll say it now because I'm leaving the country. It's like they wanted to ruin his reputation, the wrestling business too, of course. But I don't know if it's so much that, but they want to control the steroid trade. Somebody did. Well, they confiscated all that. Then they got the doctor. Then they did the signature farming bus. Other bus they did. He was real paranoid. Felt like he's being followed. And he probably was. I think he was. All right, well, here's the thing. They started yelling steroids, right? I know I'll get off on it, but they started doing that. All the heat on steroids did, so they made all this bust. A month later, it's about a month.
Yeah, they were talking
Operation
about the
Raw
quite a
Deal.
bit of time.
Yeah, Operation Raw Deal on a Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock. I saw this on the news. It was on there long. It's on Sports, ESPN, a little bit on the news and all that. And then after it kind of died out, and they busted 27 states of labs, steroid labs, 6 countries, one in China. Confiscated every bit of them steroids. They got the steroids. You follow me? They got it off the street. That's how they did it. He took the fall. He dead. Say he killed his family over that and did. Somebody got it. The one's got most power is, you know, the law. Let's just say that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I usually am. But I mean, stuff you see just don't stack up. They don't kill anyone do that. He'd have put that thing on 300 pounds. He just snapped him right away. 275 would. 20, what's it, 25? Yeah. 25 more pounds ain't going to kill him right than what he weighs. Do you follow me? What I'm saying? He suffered. He ain't going to make himself suffer. He's going to kill himself. He ain't going to make himself suffer. He ain't going to want to feel nothing, right? Am I right? It's snap him right away. But that much it won't. Now, maybe, I don't know. I'm not there. Maybe there wasn't no more on them weights but 240. But I don't know. You know what I mean when I say that? So, and another thing too, here's the thing too, and my man Bobby Bell told me this. What really made me think, whoa, this is really bogus. All right, you're going to kill your wife. Summertime. We'll cut the air conditioner off. It was 92 degrees when they found their bodies. You know why? You know why? Because this is true. You can't get a proper autopsy on the brain at 90 degrees over because the brain goes to mush. Anybody would look like they got all the time. Chris Benoit didn't take a lot of licks to the head. He did suplexes, do the diving head, but I mean, it's not, you know, I mean, I ain't saying he did or did. I don't know, you know, but they can't get a proper, but it sounds good, doesn't it? After they done buried steroids, and I'm not taking up for steroid, I ain't taking up any of that do. But then all the heat went off that, and then they started talking about athletes having concussions and all this, that, and other. Everybody's making assumptions. I never saw nobody from crime scene investigation. All I saw was former legal people talking about it. You follow me? Not nobody on the scene or nothing. Because it's a lot easier for them to cover up. They done got what they wanted. The heat was on the steroids. They can't get it. Then they put it on concussions, on the fact of the wear and tear of what wrestlers go through, what athletes go through, what everything that they do. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Somebody's got to listen to this. Somebody's got to, because he didn't do it, man. Ray Charles, see that? He didn't do it. Then they started all these programs to help, you know, with concussions. You know, and then, of course, people like Renee trying to write a book off it. She didn't even know Nancy Benoit. I guarantee to you. If she did, it was 10, 15 years ago, and said, hey, how you doing, whatever, and maybe send an autograph for her. You follow me? What I'm saying? But they took all the heat off the steroid. But after they made all these busts, then all of a sudden it's concussions. It's not even steroids it did. You follow me? After they confiscated bottles, and pounds, and whatever else down, dude. Now you got, I say Colombia, now you got these hostages they get. We can't rescue 3 hostages out of Colombia that's being bound and tied and chained. We can't find Bin Laden. He's in a cave. It's a bunch of bullshit. Saddam Hussein did not have nuclear weapons. We gave him 6 months to get rid of them if he did. Right or right? Think about it. It's all work. That's what I'm saying. They control all those things. Afghanistan's heroin. I'm telling you, it is. All right. The only thing they didn't have a hold on, pot, was mostly Mexico or homegrown. I saw something today where they found something somewhere. It was like over $30 million street value. They had it in a forest, something of pot. Mexicans grew it. You follow me? So now they can't even grow in Mexico. You follow what I'm saying? It's money. It's money. But it's easy to put that. But why would he turn the air conditioner off? Think about that. Somebody had to know what they were doing. It was professionally done. They cover it up. They're going to cover the bases. Sure, you can get his fingerprints on it. You know what I mean? Heck, man, the guy was. I think that they came in the night. Honestly, if I was a betting man, and I ain't, inch eye, private eye, or nothing. You know what I mean? But I think that they came in on them, and it was more than one. You know what I mean? And it was well planned, well thought, and that's why he was being followed, because of things like that. And then suicide, dead man tell no lies. You know what I mean? In Springfield, where I'm originally from, Jeff, a lot of times like that, if it was a hit or if it was something like that related with the cops, it's always kill himself. Come on, he gonna kill his wife anyway.
How do you feel WWE handled that after the fact?
Best they could.
Even with
best they could. I'm not taking up for. I'm not. And
even with the tribute that they did on the.
Well, they didn't know.
Day,
they didn't. You know what? They didn't know what exactly happened or supposedly happened. It did. They just knew he was dead. You follow what I'm saying? I mean, I don't. I saw it and did. Nobody
so you
really
feel
knew.
like WWE as a whole.
Nobody really. It's like they said. Nobody ever. I don't think so. I don't think they had anything to do. Honestly. And everybody says Kevin's something nothing to do with it. He's been over that. He's in Key West, man. Got a place in Seattle. I mean, I'm telling you, really, and he's moved on. You know what I mean? But it sounds good, doesn't it? You follow me? And, they made a lot of steroid bust after that. That was their end. You follow me? They give them open season to go after it and get it. I just saw something a couple weeks ago. I don't know where it was coming from. A submarine, 6 tons of cocaine. Guy smarted me up to this in the Coast Guard up in Cleveland. I'm talking real here, all right? This ain't wrestling. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But guy worked for the Coast Guard. His career at Coast Guard. Good guy, good dude. He's a big wrestling fan around Cleveland. I can't remember his name. Not that old guy, but he's been in since he's 18. He's about my age, And he said that they had just recently. This was a couple years ago. Last time I saw him, he said that. They chased a drug boat for 45 days. 45 days in the ocean, Went way out of the way. But he said they'd do that for 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them to get up, to make it where the Coast Guard can't get them. So that's why I was saying, when I heard that about the 6 tons in a submarine of coke. You know what I mean? These guys were blocking up. Boy, they had all kind of cops. Not cops, but feds or whatever. Drug task force, SWAT, whatever. You know what I mean? Loading that off there. Makes you wonder how many subs got over, how many boats got over, how many did that. It's all money. Don't matter. If they get over and do, they're going to get them anyway. They're going to get some of them. They got that one. Makes them look good. I know a guy in Memphis used to grow pot. About every other year, he'd have a field, he'd grow one just for the cops to make them look good. Notice he'd make his money, and he had to pay them off. I've seen cops I've had them try to bribe me and stuff like that, dude. Bob used to say to me, he said, if you can't listen, because we have to be around them guys, he said, if you can't stand being in the room when you hear them talk, he said, just say you gotta go to the bathroom. I drink all water, I have to go to the bathroom a lot anyway, and I'd hear a lot of stuff. You're like, man, you're the one protecting us, protecting our kids, and they got a license to steal. You know what I mean? The only drug really that they didn't control was just big money, because you'd more double your money, just like you would cocaine. You follow me? It's steroids. So they put that on steroids. The reason why, dude, he's dead. What's he gonna say? He gonna say, hey, come on, I got ripped off, drug deal. You know what I mean? or whoever came on. And it may not even been the cop. I don't know, you know. But I guarantee you it's got to be something. Because did you ever remember seeing anybody that was on that scene that was anything to do with that investigation, with anything to do with that period on there talking about it? I never saw that. I saw a bunch of the boys that used to work for Vince. And I'm not putting them down, doing them that don't know the story. I saw Warrior go in there to defend steroids, but I think he kind of knew that it wasn't steroids. You know, they did it. It was that. And I'll go to my grave saying that it ain't going to do no good. I wish somebody would find something out, clear the man's name, because the man was it not only hurt our business, yeah, it did, but people, period. I mean, this guy was not the last person in the world that you'd ever think. I heard that he was having a fling. Guess I'll get in trouble saying this, might as well, huh? You know, else to do. Shoot interviewed it. I did hear this. It's pretty reliable. It was very reliable. Michelle McCool, supposedly he was having an affair with her. I heard this at the WrestleMania before. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. That's what I heard. Don't quote me, because it comes from someone that knew Nancy. All right? And now, I don't know, because the source I got it from ain't always right. You know what I mean? But said that she was having an affair with him. And at the WrestleMania, she was all over Benoit, right in front of Nancy. You know what I mean? Nancy's old school, you know. It said Nancy went the fuck off. Now, I ain't never heard that from this one source. I'm not saying it's true or not. And Benoit didn't fend her off or nothing, and Nancy went off. And then I'd heard that she'd screwed around with Vince. Of course, now she's with Undertaker. Follow me? Now, that's what, now, like I said, he said, you said, she said, if it's true or not, I don't know, you know what I mean? I ain't going to her swallow me swear and do I wasn't there and witness it or any of that do. I never heard it but from that one source there. They fought like cats and dogs prior to that. And I don't know if that's somebody putting the heat, trying to more or less say that they had something to do with that. You follow me? But then, you didn't see her on TV for a long time, I know that. And I saw a skit where she did with Victoria, where, what I found was interesting. Because they kind of do things ribbing on the square, and she said something where I guess Victoria was doing the ballet for Kenny Dykstra, and Michelle McCool come up, and they were like making out or something, and she come up and she goes, get a room, and she made something, goes, at least I got a man. She goes, why get one man when you get all the men? Now, I don't know, you know, if anything to do, if there's anything to that or that, and do, guess we'll never know, I don't know, but
when there's rumors that she was with all three.
huh?
When there's rumors that she's with all three at the same time.
But then again, be rumors not this. She did. I ain't saying she did or didn't, but I do know that you didn't see a girl on TV, you hear nothing about her until after all these busts, all of this Operation Raw Deal. Listen, it was an 18-month investigation of Operation Raw Deal. All right, it was 2 months after Benoit was dead that this bust come through. The cops haven't pet any legal sting investigation, anything like that. It's a pet thing when they name it. It was named Raw Deal 18 months. Do you understand what I'm saying? As soon as they started it, way before he ever got killed. Does that make sense? I know that from working there. I know how that is. That's a big deal, just to name it. Sure, they use wrestling. Raw Deal comes out on a Monday. It's not a coincidence. You get me? Does that make sense what I'm saying? 18 months. So 16 months before this man, this whole thing happened to him and his family, they were already conducting this investigation on the steroids. You follow me? What I'm saying? You know, does that make sense to anybody? Somebody fucking listen. Because Chris Benoit didn't do it. He didn't do it. It was a setup. It was professionally done. Whether it was legal people did it or you give drug dealing things, that's some nasty stuff. It was some heavy people all over the world, ain't just in the United States. You know what I mean? You know, but I found that weird. And as soon as that all come out, when they got all the bust, then they started hollering Alzheimer's, brain cells of an 80-year-old man. But then it's 92 degrees in the house. It's 90 degrees. The air conditioner's turned off. You gonna kill somebody and sit there a day and turn the air off? Then you're gonna kill your son? Then you're gonna kill yourself and torture yourself? No alcohol in him. I don't repeat myself. Wine bottles right there by his thing. You know what I mean? She had alcohol. He didn't just got, if he drank a beer, you feel bad. He had a candy bar around him. You know what I mean? You know, and then his family and her family fighting over his estate. Spent millions of dollars just fighting, right? Now I don't know his dad. I don't know his dad. I don't know nothing. I don't know Nancy's family. I knew Nancy and Chris, you know, and now he's a part of this post-concussion syndrome. So I guess he's getting a check from Vince for the rest of his life. Am I right? I mean, sued him.
What?